Hello, my name is Herman Yudi. In this presentation, I will be covering a part 2 of Install Planner simplification that is introduced starting from CLM 4600 release. This presentation will only cover part 2 of the Install Planner simplification, which will be focusing on the CLM upgrade from pre-4600 release to 4600 release or higher. For CLM Fresh Install feature, please refer to the part 1 of the Install Planner simplification presentation. As mentioned in the part 1 of Install Planner simplification, starting from CLM 4600 release, Install Planner will run pre-analyzer tool against your Install Planner host as well as the product host to validate if they meet all of the pre-requirements before doing a CLM upgrade. During the CLM upgrade, this pre-analysis will minimize the production downtime, since you can run this check without bringing down or stopping your production environment. And it will also give a recommendation what needs to be done before your production upgrade or data migration. Please refer to this slide of the documentation link for the upgrade checklist as well as data consistency checklist by pre-analyzer tool. Let me show you in a demo environment. So in here I have my environment that I'm going to upgrade from the CLM 4100 release, and I'm going to upgrade to 4600 release. So the install planner that I already started, and then I'm gonna hit next for the option to upgrade. And then in this case I will select for a compact deployment for an upgrade since I have a single VM. And I already populated the host name for my 4.1 environment. And you could see here that I already have the information on the 4.1 environment where I'm going to do an upgrade as far as the database information, mid-tier, and GRE location. So similarly for the platform manager for the cloud extension, and then I also have the bundle GRE selected. So now the pre-analyzer tool is going to run, and this is the part where it's going to evaluate the installer host as well as the target host for the environment that you are going to upgrade, and then it will generate the report to see if the environment is ready to be upgraded and then meet all of the requirements. So the pre-analyzer tool just finished the execution, and then you could see that the report has been generated and it shows all of the failure as the status for the target VM. And then if I need to look at the detailed environment as far as the report is concerned, then I'll just click on this blue link to get all of the detailed report for each of the component. Why is it showing as failure? And then I will show you also where the log file is getting generated. So you could see here that this is the pre-analyzer log file that it just generated for the runtime this time. Also in the reports directory, you also see the pre-analyzer report in the HTML format, similar to the HTML format that you will be click on this blue link. So let me show you the detail of the HTML report. Okay, so this is the detailed report of the pre-analyzer tool in the HTML format, and it's pretty similar to the upgrade as well as the fresh install report. And you could see that it will tell you what kind of a deployment type, and if it is installation type, if it is an upgrade or a fresh install, and then it will tell you all of the prerequisite. And then let's go to the object summary detail, and this will list individual component on the CLM stack that it basically verified, and you could see all of the overall status as failure. And let's go deeper into an individual module. So you could see here for the PAO module, and we could see that the failure on the CPU count, on the number of memory, as well as the OS requirement, it doesn't meet the requirement, and then how much memory as far as the hardware is concerned. So similarly, if I see for this is for the Blade Logic component, it's pretty similar as far as the failure, the operating system version, the number of memory, number of CPU. And then you could see as well as the BNA component. So it pretty much check for every single checklist that we go through according to the previous slide that I mentioned, where we have the upgrade checklist for each individual component. So in this case, it mentioned that you have to temporarily disable the PAO integration, for example. And then it showed that what are the requirements that already pass the test. And then if you see the AR report, so this one is a pretty total task that we generated. So we also check for every single performance tuning. So you could see all of the AR setting that we test for the memory, for the operating system, for the database tuning configuration. So similarly for the Cloud Platform Manager. So it also checked for every single configuration in the Platform Manager by looking at the provider.json file, and we check for every single attribute in this setting. So similarly for the AWR and the portal extension, and the last thing will be the install planner. And the next report that I want to show you, which we don't have it in the fresh install, is in the upgrade module. We have an inconsistency verification report, which the pre-analyzer tool will check for any inconsistency before the upgrade on the existing data. So you could see that in this case that it's not able to find the relationship from the people to the other form, the on behalf definition form. So it will find every single inconsistency task according to the data consistency checklist that I mentioned in the presentation earlier. So it will show you which one is inconsistent, which one is past test. So there are lists of things that we test in this case. So that's pretty much the idea of the pre-analyzer tool. Basically preparing before you go for an upgrade, and you don't have to stop the whole environment to get the pre-analyzer report, so that you can get the report and then do the action and remediate your environment first to meet the pre-requirement before you do the actual upgrade. So I hope that this presentation will be useful for your use case, and thank you for listening.